this episode of Playlog, Tofr and I are each talking about our top 10 most anticipated indie games of 2026. Hey everybody, CGDannyB back again with another episode of Playlog, the podcast where we talk all things indie gaming. But of course, I can't talk indie games alone because that was super boring. So I've got my partner in crime, the Play Nice Kid themselves, Tofr. What's poppin', homie? Welcome back.
I am so glad to be back.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, I like I mentioned before we started recording, I missed this, and I'm glad. Last week's episode was that good. I really enjoyed listening to that and watching it as well. Yeah, cool to have like some of your friends on like this.
Yeah, we try. Matt was just like, please, I need to be on the podcast. I have nothing else to do with my day. I'm like, fine, I guess if you're gonna beg me, if you're gonna force yourself in. You know, I only charged him like $200 for the episode, so we made a good profit on that one.
Oh, you made money. Yes, so where's my cut?
No. Oh, you weren't here. You didn't get paid. You got to show up to work. Nah, we think Playlog's making any money yet. You guys are crazy. This is for the fun and the craft. Don't worry about it. That's what we're doing. No, absolutely. Like we started the podcast mainly because I like people like Matt and Jacob McCord and the 6-1 guys, and seeing them do podcasts and having me come on. I'm like, I would like to do this myself. Me reaching out to you and getting the whole thing rolling, and like, for the longest time, it's been like, I'd love to have friends on to do it. Just for, behind the curtain thing. Like, we typically record like a Tuesday afternoon, which for the common folk, hey, you're in the middle of a work day. You're not around to just record a podcast. So that tends to fall into what could we do on a Saturday afternoon? And then it's just scheduling and getting it done and how often it's happened. I think Matt was here, but we had Daphne on an episode. We had Jacob on the episode for the play date.
Emily?
We had Emily on for Steam Next Fest. We had Indie Maniac on a while back for an episode. I think aside from repeats, that was pretty early on. So yeah, having people come on and trying to sort out when it can work to, in a perfect world, it's the two of us plus the third, as opposed to like, let's replace the seat. And then it always depends, like, what's the conversation? Is it worth having a third person? To me, it doesn't matter. Let's get everyone here we can. But also I want to make sure no one feels like they're wasting their time of sitting here and like primarily if I'm like, oh cool, I'm gonna ask a bunch of questions to insert person here, and you're just like, cool, I'm just listening. I could have just done this at home, but it's fine. Like, I want to make sure there's a conversation to be had across all parties and everything. So, and hopefully in 2026 we can do more of that, and as well as get developers on and more stuff like that. So we'll see what the plan is. But for now, let's worry about the future. Then I got too much to play right now to think about anything past tomorrow. We're good. But anyway, yes, it is great to have you back. How you feeling?
I'm doing okay. I had surgery. It's a what do you call it? Gastric bypass. Yeah. So they made my tummy a bit smaller because I was a bit overweight, and it was causing me a lot of issues with my sleep.
Yeah.
So that should now hopefully get better.
Cool.
We'll have to wait and see. I've lost some weight already, but.
Welcome to the club. Let's go, skinny boys. Yeah.
I watched you become slimmer and slimmer. I was like, I want some of that.
Listen, right? You just put it all in a bucket, just toss it. It's really easy. It's not. It's a lot of work, or a lot of pain, one or the other. But dope. I'm glad you're back. It's great to see your smiling face and ready to talk about indie games again. It's gonna be a good day.
Hell yes.
Yeah. Before we get to that, we have to do a little bit of housekeeping because this is Playlog Podcast, our weekly podcast. We talk about indie game news, reviews, and whatever we choose. If you enjoy what we do here, please be sure to show us the support by doing a few very simple things, such as liking the video if you're on YouTube, or leaving that glorious 5-star review if you're on audio platforms. It's simple, but it goes a long way to helping the show. You can also be a part of the show by writing in and asking us your questions or recommending your favorite indie games. Just use the Google form in the description of every episode and have your opinions be heard. Now, onto a bit of housekeeping real quick. Do you like watching me and my hot D&D friends play make-believe? Then boy, do I have a list of shows for you. That's right, I told you guys last week, I'm just going to consolidate this because man, am I rolling a lot of dice this time. And instead of doing one big paragraph for different games, I'm just going to give you the list with some days. So stick with me here. First off, we have this Thursday night, so the day this episode is dropping, I am being a part of the Carpathian Sun over on Folk and Myth. We are playing Vaesen, which is a Nordic folklore TTRPG. Not very combat heavy, very investigative, detective kind of setting. Very much in the tone of the Nosferatu film, Nosferatu period, but more recently the 2024 one, I think. is 2025, whenever that last one was. Very much that tone. It's myself, Little Bones, Laura Tutu, and Kato, Helena Handbasket, playing a game run by Bleak. So that'll be a fun one. I get to be on Folk and Myth again after the Daggerheart game. Continuing Sunday night, we're doing more Kaiju Commandos. We're on to episode 4. That is over on Hack Recklessly. This past week, we beat up a bunch of robots, and I got a really cool flaming sword because Godzilla is badass like that. So we have this episode, and then one more after that. I think we're doing the 5 episodes of Kaiju Commandos, and that'll be done. That's also using the Glitter Heart system made by Greg Leatherman. Basically a Sailor Moon system that has a Power Ranger expansion on it. We're playing with the Power Ranger stuff. It's really cool. We also got to do a breakdown of what our mechs look like, so that's really cool. I basically made my guy look like the main character from Dino Trucks. He's got treads and shit, which like I took the kids movie and said, or the kids show, and made it into fucking badass Godzilla mech, so that's cool. Nice. And I have really dope plans. Hopefully that's next session. We're gonna see. Ian, we got it, bud. We know what we're doing. We got cool shit. And then last game here, I made this longer than it needed to be, but anyway, Monday night, we're starting a brand new series on Rediscovery RPG. The series is called Jollywood. It is run in the Outgun system, and this is the game I've been teasing for a long ass time. Mal is running us a game that is inspired by American Arcadia, which we just did a book club for a few months ago. I'm very excited. That is featuring myself as well as the Hype Goblin Sarah, RJ, R Justice, and then Sid, Greek Sid 17 on Instagram. We are playing as 2 people who are inside of the show and 2 people who are outside of the show. Sarah and I are the people on the inside. I'm playing a dog trainer. I'm like a secretary who's very mundane and just wants to go home and see my dog. And then we have Tanner, who's my little Cocker Spaniel, who is like very fun and boisterous. And Sarah is playing Anna Marie, who runs like a rodeo clown show, and Tanner's very excited to play with them and does fun tricks with the horses and shit. And then we find out, hey, we're on a TV show and people are watching us for entertainment, and we're like 40 years in the past. This is terrible. We hate this. So we're very excited for what that looks like. And then RJ and Sid are trying to break us out. That series starts on Monday night on Rediscovery RPG, and that'll run for it's 4 sessions. It's 2 weeks on, a week off, 2 weeks on. All of the dates and times and stuff will be on social media, so follow me on Instagram. I usually post our story in that morning of, hey, this is what's happening. In the future, this segment will be much more streamlined. Stick with me. I'll try to figure out how best to relay the information to you. Stick with me. That's all. Timestamp. That's the housekeeping. Woo, we're in it, baby. Tofr. We're about a month into the year. We're getting going. We're schmoving. We're rolling. But now it's time to talk about our most anticipated games for 2026.
Finally.
Yes, finally. We had just done our Game of the Year episode at the start of the year. We had a few weeks off. We had a Mad episode in between. But now you and I are just going to go back and forth. We each have 10 indie games that we're looking forward to this year. I want you to start so you can get your feet wet again and get back into the podcasting after such a long vacation. But yeah,
well, thank you.
Of course, the whole goal is just get people excited for games we're excited for. So please, by all means, run it. What you got for me?
I think my first game doesn't need that much of an introduction to get people excited for it, because it's Slay the Spire 2.
Yeah, baby.
And I think that there's a ton of people waiting for this one. It's like they mentioned on Steam themselves, the ultimate roguelike deck builder returns, and it's true. It is the ultimate roguelike deck builder.
He's back.
We haven't had, yeah. I'm very interested to see on how this game like evolves and like adapts from the first game, because the first game was so well balanced, and it's good that they're doing an early access release once again, so that they can figure out that balance again. But I'm just very curious to see like what new features are they going to introduce? How are the new characters going to play? Is this going to be more of the same, or is this really going to be an evolution of what the first game was?
Right.
We haven't had that much of an update so far from the devs. They do have the Niao's letter. I don't know how to pronounce it. And then,
no clue.
Yeah, but it looks cool. I mean, I'm a big fan. I was a big fan of the first game. I've been playing it before I went into surgery because I wanted to get back into the spirit of things. But yeah, I can't wait. Like there's plenty of interesting looking roguelike deck builders coming out this year.
Yeah.
But I mean, Slay the Spire is the one to beat as usual. So I'm very I'm very excited.
Yeah, I'm gassed. I love that the first trailer we watched did the coming in 2025 fade away and then cut back to 2025. I'm like, oh, was that correct? I double check. I'm like, did we get the early access release? It got delayed, right? It's 2026. Yeah, okay, I thought so.
It's 2026.
I had to double check, and they just like coming in 2025. It's still coming in 2025. I'm like, you fibbed. Indie devs lying.
Yeah, they did.
No, happens. I've always said indie games will come out when indie games come out. But yeah, I know you're hella gassed for this one. I've put minimal time into the first Slay the Spire, but I know people love it. It is one of those watching it walk so others could run and seeing so many people duplicate this type of gameplay in their deck building roguelikes. It's like, oh, that's the Slay the Spire. I see that. So yeah, it looks dope. I'm very excited for the world to get it. And I think as we talked about the fantasy draft and what games everyone... Did we talk about what games are on our list for the fantasy draft?
No, we haven't.
I'll have to show you then. We could do that in between the most anticipated here, because I totally was just like, of course, it's on there. Tofr can see it. And me just not thinking like, yeah, we did that and locked it up. But one of the things we were doing for the fantasy draft is early access is on the table, but the thing with it is if you take it and it doesn't get like Metacritic reviews because it's so early access, like you won't gain any points for it. So it's like if you're going to take something early access, you kind of have to hope that it's big enough. And we were like, Slay the Spire will get reviews. Like people will review this one, so it's a good one to snag. And assuming it's Slay the Spire, it'll get good reviews. I don't know who currently has this one. I know it's not us. But yeah, we tried. And by we tried, I mean I got to go first and I went with a different game instead. But that's okay. It's fine. Yeah, no, I mean, the visual style, everything, this game looks great. So I'm really excited for you to get your hands on it, and as well as the rest of the world.
Yeah, the only thing that worries me is like there's a couple of other games on this list that are being teased as to being released sometime sooner than expected.
Okay.
And I'm just hoping that's not going to be March as well, because March is going to be Slay the Spire 2 month, baby.
Yeah, listen, that's all we can play. That's all you got.
Yeah.
There's no other games on the thing to touch, you know? I get it.
We'll have to wait and see.
We will. But we'll have plenty to play because a timestamp, we're on to my first most anticipated game for this year, and the game that I did grab for the Fantasy Critic League with that first slot. I got to play a little bit of this at PAX East last year. They sent me a demo to play at home because the time slots weren't long enough to play through the full demo, and I'm very excited for this Celesteoidvania, which is LUCID. I think we've talked about it at least once on like the Indie Spotlight, but you are essentially playing this Metroidvania that plays like Celeste in terms of the traversal and the platforming. It is the jumping and dashing and everything. It's got a bunch of cool platforming challenges, boss fights, whole 9 yards. I think this game looks sick. The 6-1 guys have just been screaming from the heavens about how cool it is. They've gotten to talk with the developer. I got to speak with the developer very briefly on social media. He was on his lunch break when I got to my demo at PAX, so I didn't get to like talk to them so much about the game. But coverage, interviews, I think the game looks sick. I love a good challenging platformer that is the comparison to Celeste being mostly in the platforming, not so much in the, I'm assuming the accessibility, quick, easy, not easy, but like, oh, you died, run it back, do it again. It is a Metroidvania, so you're like kind of backtracking, you're looking for new ways to progress and everything. The game looks stunning. The gorgeous like neon visuals. I like the character designs. I think there's this really high density pixel art that they're doing that's like really fucking rad. And yeah, the platforming challenges just look like a blast. I want to see those ones where I go to platform off of a couple rocks and I miss. I'm like, damn it, run it back. I can do it this time. I swear I got it. I promise I got it. I'll get it. And then finally getting it. So yeah, Lucy just looks sick. I think it's going to be a great, like, not even sleeper hit. I just think it's one right now that like, if you're in the indie space, you know about it. And then when the rest of the world gets it, they'll be like, oh, I haven't heard of this thing yet. Like, let's go. Let me check it out. And I want to see it thrive. I want to see people love it.
Yeah, I can imagine. The visuals look incredible. It's like, and I don't say this lightly, it's like an upgrade on what Celeste looked like.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's pretty high praise because Celeste looks phenomenal.
So good.
Yeah, I don't think this is one that I'll be touching because there's too much combat there, but I'm looking forward to hearing your thoughts on it when it releases.
Absolutely. I plan to bug the hell out of the team and be like, hey, give me a fucking key because I want it. I want to play that game. So gimme. Yeah, hopefully that. I think it's currently set for Q1 2026, so anytime between now and March. But we'll see.
Ooh.
You know, indie games until we have a date and we're like right on it, don't mean nothing. So we'll see.
That is
I'm
true.
just excited to play it whenever. Now, what's great is I need someone at home to take a list of everything we mentioned here today, and by the end of the episode, like the end of the year, come back and be like, "Hey, Tofr will do it for the quiz, I'm sure." So now I got to track it as we go. But I need you to get the information for me and then privately DM it to me. So when Tofr asks me the question, how many of these games actually came out, I already have the number. I'm not guessing. A little behind the scenes cheating. So, but right now, I'm hopeful that these first two do make it for 26.
Yeah, let's hope so.
Hell yeah. Sweet. Which means we're on to your next one. What else you got for us?
My next game. Well, you mentioned getting a release date for these games. It means nothing until the game actually releases. My next game, Tides of Tomorrow, just got delayed from a February release to an April release.
Ooh, I missed that.
Yeah. This is the new game from the makers of Road 96.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you remember that one.
I sure do. Great game.
Yeah, it was a really good game. And once again, it's a highly political story where you have to survive on this oceanic planet. But the cool thing with this one is that it's an, what do they call it? Asynchronous multiplayer game.
Yep.
I think that's how they call it. Where other people's decisions and actions will influence what you get to do in the game. So, for example, when you arrive on a certain island, there's either stealth or going the full-on action way, for example. But depending on what another player has done before you, one of those options might be locked off.
Yeah.
For example, the guards might be on higher alert because the previous player also went for the full-on action mode instead of stealth. And I think that's a really cool idea. The devs seem to be intent on having this be like a streamer game where people choose to step into the footsteps of their favorite streamers. I'm hoping that's not too ambitious of a thing.
Right.
But looking at the game, I mean, it looks stunning. The visuals are really cool. They're certainly an upgrade from the Road 96 visuals. There's gonna be controversy probably just because of how political the game gets. Because nowadays you can't make a game with an opinion without it being woke or whatever.
I used to work DI.
Yeah, exactly.
Cry more.
But I'm very much looking forward to this one. I played the demo for this, and it played really well. It makes you it really makes you think about your own actions, because just like you are dependent on other people's decisions, other players will be dependent on your decisions.
Yeah.
For example, there's a moment in the demo where you can choose to hide something that you've been looking for, so that the next player can find it. And that's a pretty big choice. Like, do you take it for yourself, or do you make sure that the player after you gets it? I think that's a really cool idea, and I really hope that that people pick this one up so that there's like lots of choice to play on from.
Yeah, absolutely. I think this, like, I didn't get to play the demo. I think it's still installed on my PC from like last Next Fest. And it looks rad. You had mentioned the like potential streamer based, like, oh yeah, people are going to want to play because their streamer did XYZ. I'm wondering what this looks like for like early adapters, right? If we do get review codes and get to play it before release, if devs like, oh, the dev team each did a run, so there were circumstances made in this world, or if there will be like, you are the first person to touch this thing, right? Like, what does that look like? I also realized I did the wrong scene and we look terrible over here. Hold on. God, I gotta fix this instead. My face is all cropped off. I gotta fix that later.
I didn't know.
Yeah. Someone watching it's just like, can we put Tofr's face back in the middle? What's happening? That was all because of the fucking Game of the Year one. No, I think seeing how many people get to be like the first to try something, or what like maybe weekly resets look like or anything, or it's like, oh yes, one person went in loud and now this stealth mission is not possible to be stealth anymore. But like, we understand we want our game to be played however you want. So like, oh yeah, this mission is now reset. So it is, you can go stealth if you go early enough and blah, blah. Like, see that it sounds a little complicated for someone who just wants to kind of go through a deep story as opposed to the strand game multiplayer asynchronicity of it. Like I want to see what the story is as opposed to getting to make my decision based off what other people did. I know that's the point of the game, but I am interested to see how that balance kind of plays out as the game gets to us. I loved Road 96. I love playing through that one. I thought it was a really cool narrative of multiple characters. And I love the visual style of this very, not even like watercolor, but like a very like painterly visual style is awesome. I'm very much invested in what this one comes to be.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
And you mentioned the like having to like choose which player to follow. I was wondering the same thing when I played the demo, because I had no idea how many people were playing that demo.
Right.
But there were plenty of people to choose from to follow in their footsteps.
Cool.
Like there's a certain save point where you get to choose which player to follow, and then you're stuck with that player unless you decide to quit the game and load in again. So I'm very curious to see how much you can quit and play again to see all of the story.
Dope. This is going to be so cool. I'm excited for this one. This is one that I'm very much looking forward to. Like so many games to play at any given time, and I'm excited for this to get here, but I'm not like, it's the only game I want to play this year. But like when it's here, I'm like, oh shit, Tides of Tomorrow, guys. It's that week. It's time. We're going to play it. I definitely can't wait to stream that one. Also, hold on. I'm going to mute for them so you can still hear me.
Okay. Yo. Damn.
All right, sorry everyone at home. You got to hear Tofr's reaction, but not what I said, so that's cool.
It was awesome. It was awesome.
Immediately I was just like, oh, hold on. This is cool. Because there was a moment anyone watching saw me just look at my phone. I'm like, that's not right, is it? Yep, that's what they said. All right, cool. Sweet. Awesome. Looking forward to that. Guys, I got Silk Song 3. Look forward to it. Can't wait. No, cool coverage I'm looking forward to. That being said, I'm on to my next most anticipated game, which normally I pull up the thing beforehand, but I got to vamp a little bit. But I believe this
did
is
you put the timestamp in?
I believe I did, just in case I did it again.
Okay.
Okay. This was a game I'm pretty sure I talked about last year too, for most anticipated, but I'm still very excited for this game. It is Lagoon. I have played, I think, 3 different demos of this game. Each one has been a little bit different than the last, adding new things and new biomes, and I think it looks like amazing. I love the visual style. The gameplay has been fun. It is one that I'm going to get lost in and just explore. The way Breath of the Wild feels for the first time, you're like, I get to just explore and see what is in this world. That is what Lagoon is going to be for me, just based on the demos that I've played. You are playing as your own character. You get to customize yourself, and your Uncle Lou, who owns an airplane delivery service, goes missing, and you kind of take over that job for him. So you go repair the airplane, you fly amongst different islands, you're picking up packages, you're getting different materials and resources. You can build a hut and the dock in your house, so everything you want. And then, you go and do side quests for different characters. One kid's like, hey, I need this thing, and you want this propeller for your airplane. Well, first I need you to go get me this thing. Grandma said we have to come back for dinner, but we want to stay out and play. And you go talk to Grandma, and Grandma's like, get those damn kids back home. And, the routine of side quests and events that get you from one place to another. I am going to love that just chain of activities to do, getting to explore and reach out and find different creatures around the world. Reminded me a lot of Creatures of Ava from 2 years ago, I think it was, trying to keep track of how many games came out when. But that was go around, find the animal. Oh, cool. Let me scan it, put it in my little like Pokédex equivalent. Getting to do that again in this game, getting resources from a creature, but I don't have strong enough like tools or anything. So they're going to beat the shit out of me until I can finally go and do the thing I need to do. I remember getting to go to Summer Game Fest and they had the demo up, and the guy was like, oh, hey, did you have an appointment? I'm like, no, I did not, last minute, but you guys said swing on over. He's like, cool. What do you know about Lagoon? I'm like, honestly, kind of everything, but treat me like I don't. Just give me the elevator pitch. And I remember doing the demos. Okay, so what's going to happen is, okay, got it. You already know how to do that. I'm like, yeah, sorry. I played all the demos so far. It's like, God, honestly, go. And just kind of sat back, and we just literally for maybe like 30-40 minutes just shot the shit while I explored this world. It was great. I talked asked some questions about the game. I'm so excited for this. I'm constantly bugging the devs on Instagram when they post anything. I'm like, yes, I can't wait. I'm so excited for Lagoon. This one I don't think we have a concrete date for I think it is just 2026 unless something changed recently that I'm not aware of. But again, you let me know when it drops and I'm there. I'm so excited.
Yeah.
I believe the team announced their next game.
Their next game?
I thought so. Hold on. Well, it was one.
Give us this one first.
That's what I said. I might be misremembering who did what. Who was the there's that one at the Wholesome Snack. That really cool single player survival cyberpunky foresty one. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
I keep going to say Savant.
Don't remember.
And it's not what it's called. Wholesome.
Oh yeah, that one.
Snack 2025. I'm scrolling. Not Restore. Verdant. Verdant's the one I'm talking about.
Verdant, yeah.
Yeah, that's another Tiny Roar game. But I'm trying to see. Steam's throwing me off because it doesn't show. If I click on Tiny Roar on the Lose Lagoon page, it shows a bunch of different games because it gives me the Megabit publishing one. But if I do Tiny Roar on the Verdant page, it shows Emberlands and Bombot's Arena. So it's not showing. Those are new releases, upcoming releases. Still doesn't show Lose Lagoon. I'm not entirely sure how this works. Maybe there's two very different Tiny Roars and I'm mixing them up. But anyway, I am gassed for Verdant as well. I don't think that's this year anyway. So let me focus solely on Lose Lagoon and get lost in this goddamn game because I will always say the visual style is what gets me in first. You could sit there and tell me what the gameplay is and everything, and I'm like, that sounds cool. If you show me something that looks like this, like Lose Lagoon, I am sold on the art style. I'm sold on the visuals. I'm there day one. I'm hoping to get a review so I'm there day -5 so I could just play this for the whole week leading up and give you that in-depth review to just sit there and ramble about how much I love this game. I'm in. I want more. I don't even have to play another demo. I will, but I don't have to because I know I'm going to love it. So give me more.
Yeah, I really hope that this one releases this year because you've been hyped for this one for a good old while now. And
absolutely.
So have I actually. I only played one demo, but it was so good.
Yeah. So much fun.
Can't wait to die. Yeah. Just flying around.
It's gonna be one of those. Remember Animal Crossing when it came out? We were all taking pictures of our island and shit and putting them on Instagram and like, oh, look what we all did. I got Tom Nook to give me a discount on my house. Like, I'm going to be doing that. Like, Blue Sky is going to be me posting about, look at my new house. I did my house. I just remembered a game I should add to what I've been playing that I can't believe I did exclude it. It's fine. I'll put it on there. But yeah, Lose Lagoon. It's so rad. I love everything I've played. I'm fiending. Again, I said like I'm excited for. I am so ready. I'm excited for games. They'll get here when they get here. This is one that is constantly. I'm like, Lose Lagoon out yet? All right, not yet. We're getting there. Keep my eyes peeled. I'll be there. But timestamp. Tofr, what else you got for us? What else are you looking forward to this year?
I have another game that probably doesn't really need an introduction because it's Chucklefish's new game.
We love Chucklefish.
It's called Witchbrook.
Yeah.
And it's the game that every cozy gamer has been wanting to release last year, and it just hasn't released yet.
Yeah.
Basically, it boils down to like living your best life at this magical school. So if you still love your Harry Potter stuff, but you're like socially aware of that J.K. Rowling is a pretty bad person, this might be the game for you.
Yeah, maybe.
It looks amazing. The pixel art is absolutely stunning. Something that I don't know if I'll have any experience with, but you get to play it with up to 4 players, which I think is going to be pretty cool as well. Because this is the kind of life sim that I'm used to playing by myself. But who knows? Maybe I'll get other people involved. But it looks so cool. It looks so cozy, and I'm really hoping we don't have to wait too long now, because people are like, I do think this is one of the games that has like the most hype going for it right now. Yeah,
absolutely. I'm huge on Chucklefish. They gave me Wild Frost. They can do no wrong for me. Even if I don't like the game all that much, I'll be like, they did give me Wild Frost, so can't complain. I mentioned time and time again, if you watch the show regularly, you know, like the life sim, the Stardews, they don't grab me like that. I don't stick around for long. I'll find them charming, but like I remember being like, Witchbrook looks cool, and then we got the like, hey, it's coming in 2026. I'm like, you know, I'm excited for Witchbrook. Again, visual style's there. That's what gets me hooked at first. But there's something about the isometric scale of the world, watching us fly over, like we just, a video version just watched us fly over this like windmill, going through the city, doing the shops. Like I think this game just looks fun. And like I completely forget every single day that this has that multiplayer component. And every time I remember that, I'm like, I think this would be a great like date night where Mal and I are just chilling, like, hey, what do you want to hop on Witchbrook and just do our thing? Depending what that multiplayer looks like, if it's like I have my character, I have my upgrades, I have my stuff, and it's like you can join into our world at any point and continue that, I would love to be like, it's the weekend, you hanging around, like Tofr and I, like, let's all hop on Witchbrook and play for a little bit. If it is more of like, oh, we make a world and you have a wizard or a witch or what, you know, a witch in my world, and your progress is based on, if I keep playing and then you're behind, I'm like, oh, I don't want to leave you in the dust like that. But if it does give us that option to like, you join and whatever progress you made playing on your own is there, so we're not just like behind on everything, I think that'd be great to just dive in and do all the witchy school shit. I think it'd be really fun.
Absolutely.
Yeah. It's so pretty.
It is.
I'll be shooting an email.
Just watching that trailer, I'm like, oh, I want to play this right now.
Same, dog, same. I think it's just 2026, right? We don't have a date or a window or anything.
We don't have a window yet.
Okay,
no.
yeah. So just sometime this year, that 4-player.
Yep.
I have to go back and look at some dev diaries to see if they talked about the multiplayer at all and what that looks like progression wise. Yeah, I'm in. I super cute game.
Yep.
Fun. So listen, that was what, 5? Was that 5 games so far? How many games did we just talk about?
5.
Yeah, damn. Well, time, Sam. I guess it's time we talk about another one, which I didn't. Oh, Tofr. We got a lot of cozy games in here, dude. We got a lot of cozy games. We do, and I'm here for it. I think. Nope, I don't want this trailer. I want a different one. Another game I got to play at Summer Game Fest. I adored the first game. This one is a sequel, obviously. It is Toem 2. Yeah. I believe this one was announced while I was on an airplane to LA, so I didn't get to like see it when it was announced. I like got there, I'm like, oh, you guys announced it, cool, because I got a press email ahead of time from, I believe it was Pop Agenda. It was like, hey, here's some things we're announcing this week. I'm like, oh, sick, looking forward to that. And then the world knew. I'm like, sweet. I'm glad everyone else could talk about it because I'm so excited. I love Toem. For anyone unfamiliar, Toem is like a black and white isometric game. You play as this little dude. I don't know what exactly you are, but hold on. I think they're currently showing footage for Toem 1, so we want to go forward to Toem 2 here. But yeah, you are basically going around. It's like a photography simulator. You're taking pictures of different animals and sometimes creatures and objects. And people will basically be like, oh, I can't find my missing thing. I wonder where it went. You go take a picture, you bring it back. Oh, that's where that firecracker went. I hope it doesn't blow up on somebody, and come back, get some stars. As you complete all the stars on the map, you can move to the next area and so on and so forth. You are upgrading, getting new hats, you're getting new objectives, you're getting new tools to give you different things to do in the game. I know this one showcased a bunch of new items and upgrades for the camera. I can't think of any of them off the top of my head at the moment. But like here, like they're showing like the snipping tool. So like in the camera, you can use a pair of scissors to cut stuff up and everything. It is just a super cozy and relaxing experience. There's no like combat or anything. It is just solve the puzzle and take pictures of things. I had such a great time with the first game. I remember platinuming it. And I'm super jazzed all over again with 2. I remember asking them, not as like a gotcha piece, but I was there. I'm like, hey, what platforms? Like, we can bring it to PC and console. I'm like, Switch 2? Like, PC and console. I'm like, okay, cool. That'll be trying to get you. I just wanted to see, like, where can we expect to play it? Like, yep, PC and console. I'm like, understood. We'll see. So I'm thinking it's going to be the Xbox family of consoles. It'll be PlayStation 5 probably. I could see this still being on 4. And then I'm sure it'll be Switch 2 at this point, but at the time they might not have had any development process on the Switch 2 yet, because I don't think dev kits were out. Regardless, it's Toem. The first one was free on PlayStation Plus. If you haven't played the first one and you love a little cozy photography game, please play it. It's so good. Yeah. I'm dying for more. I love the demo. So gimme.
Yeah. It's one of those games, like when they announced it, I was just immediately psyched. I remember seeing that trailer out. The trailer wasn't done yet, and I was on Steam already wishlisting.
Yeah.
I need to play this one. I loved the first game. I always there's one particular like tiny thing from this game that I always talk about to people.
Yeah,
it's like when you get a stamp when you do something in this game. There's like this little sound effect
Uh-huh.
and this little bouncy effect in the
Yeah.
visuals. It's just so perfect. Like
It's
that's
great.
how you stamp something.
Yep.
And
Put my emphasis in
everything
there.
in yeah, and everything in the first game is like so was so meticulously crafted. So I can't wait to see what they
Yeah.
how they expand on that for the second game.
Yeah, absolutely. It felt like, I think when I did my short form video interview with the devs while I was in LA, and I did the, hey, this is more Toem, and that's exactly what it needed to be. I love Toem 1. When that game was done, I got the platinum, and there was nothing else to do. I don't think we got any like major expansions or updates or anything on it. I'm like, cool, I would want more. And like, we did 2. It's got more 3D in the world as opposed to like the 2D rotation isometry. I'm like, awesome. That is more Toem. It's more of an update. That's all I want. I will, if you do a Toem every couple of years, hit me with it. I love a little extra Toem.
Yeah.
What a time. We love it. But yeah, that's sometime this year, hopefully. Fingers crossed. We'll see. But Tofr, we're on to the next one. What you got?
My next game is a cozy punk narrative sim. It's called Wax Heads.
Yeah, it is.
And it's basically like a visual novel crossed with something like Papers, Please, because you work in the record store in this one, and you have to get people the right records, even if that means not that you don't give them the one they want. You give them the one they need. So it takes some inspiration from games like Coffee Talk, I think. But yeah, it's all very musical inspired. If you're into things like your Scott Pilgrims and stuff like that, you're gonna be in for a treat with this one, because it's all about like indie music. They created lots of music for this, specifically for this game. I played a demo for this one a long time ago now, I think.
Yeah.
But it was really cool. It had mini games. It had there's this whole story going on because the shopkeeper for the shop that you work at, she used to be in like the biggest band in the world until all of its members fell out with each other. So there's lots of drama going on there. And there's just the question of how much are you gonna get involved in that drama?
Yeah.
But yeah, and then there's the whole just recommending records to people. I used to dream of working in a record store back when record stores were more of a thing still.
Yeah.
So this is really a game for me.
Totally. I know this one's come up a couple times, but it was the Next Fest demo. It's been on the Indie Spotlight. Most anticipated, et cetera, et cetera. Like it's come up so many times, and every time we talk about how it reminds me of Dead Pets Unleashed, and I like the visual style of it a lot. And not that I'm sure it's one that I'll dive into right away, depending on what else is in my hands or in my pockets at the time. But I'm gassed to hear you talk more about it, because I know you've been jazzed for it and you really enjoyed that first outing to it. And I think it's just more for you to dive into with your record store history and dreams.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And they've been teasing like that the release might be coming sooner rather than later as well. So once again, let's hope that doesn't mean March, because I need all of the games to stay away from the month of March.
Yeah. Everyone, we need to stop. Slay the Spire's coming out. You got to go away.
Yeah. Because I really, 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 really want to play this one.
Yeah, that looks fun. I'm jazzed. Do we know, was it always the same demo? I know this trailer shows demo. I don't know if they ever put out a new one or update. Sometimes
I think
games
it was
like
always the
demos.
same demo.
Okay.
As far as I know.
Cool. Bet. Then hey, it's in the books. Pay attention, everybody. Almost said my next game, and not the one you said. Wax Heads. Yeah. That says. Speaking of next game, I think I did a preview of this game last year in our What We've Been Playing, and I fell in love with it. It's been on my wish list, and now it's got a release window at least, and that is Dobbel Dungeon. It is a claymation turn-based tactics roguelike. You are playing as like different like D&D classes. You have your knights, your warriors, or whatever the case is. Sorry, paladin. That's the word I was looking for. I kept saying words that weren't actual D&D classes. But yeah, you have the paladin. You have different kinds of characters, the druid, and you go in and you roll your dice, and based on which dice you roll, you can put those into the stats of like, this is where this will take place. I'll use the 5 to do damage. I'll use the 3 to move, or throw this chicken, I'll do whatever. So I'll roll, whatever I got. I can get to roll additional dice based on my skills. I can bump up the value of dice because I did XYZ. I get to level up each character based on how well they did or how many kills they got or how much healing they did, and use all those different skills further down on a run. I really enjoyed this demo. I think it was finite in how much you could do, but I ran it back a couple times. I'm like, I could go this way and try this path instead, or if I went here and beat this, then I get the power up, then I can go back and beat that boss that kicked my ass the first time, and doing that. So I think there's still the random generated, like which enemies show up or how many or what attacks they use. But I very much enjoy the visual style of this one. The claymation charmingness of it I think is really cute. And yeah, I think I'll end up making this a very like Steam Deck game once it's here. So yeah, I'm looking forward to Dobbel Dungeon.
Yeah, I remember you talking about this for the first time, and you immediately sold me on it. Because it looks like a lot of fun, especially if you're into like your fantasy-based games.
Yep.
Your dice rolling like the both of us are. Yeah, this is gonna be a cool one.
Yeah. Go Dobbel. Get Dobbeled. Let me double check that this has anything. I think it is just 2026. I think I said a winter earlier, but Dobbel Dungeon. I lied. February 16th. Let's go.
Ooh,
it's right around the corner.
That's soon.
Oh yeah. I need to shoot some emails. Game Pie, prepare yourselves. You're getting an email. Yeah, I'm super jazzed for it. I can't wait. But yeah, timestamp. Tofr, what else are we looking forward to?
My next one is one that probably would have been on your list if I hadn't created my first. It's called Mixtape.
Yeah, it is.
It's made by Beethoven and Dinosaur, the people who previously made The Artful Escape.
Yep.
It was this beautiful musical story. This time around, it's all about a friend group celebrating their last night together. Going through their favorite memories with each other. It's all of these vignettes, like these memories that you go through, just playing with each other, celebrating being young, being stupid. I don't know much more about the game yet because I've tried to keep I've tried to keep it a bit of a mystery.
Yeah,
because I want to dive in as blind as possible.
Absolutely.
But it looks so cool. And you can, if you look at like the bands involved in the track listing for this game, this is gonna be one hell of a vibe.
Yeah, it'll be. I remember when we talked about it the first time, and you were looking at the list, like, oh, all these people. I'm like, be real dog. None of these are on my discography. None of these are on my playlists on Spotify or anything. I'm like, I know the names. I know the Smashing Pumpkins. Yeah, honestly. Yeah. Sorry, I just turned 15 this week, so youthfulness. But like another one at Summer Game Fest I didn't get to play because Annapurna appointments were booked. But another person who was playing solo, I was like, hey, cool if I put on the second headphones and just watch you play. It was a very unique experience. Seeing some of it was very like Life is Strange in that exploration, look around the room, like, oh, what's going on over here? What am I doing with this? Interesting. What do we, how do we progress? And then seeing the music video, like, I'm kind of playing and I'm not really doing a rhythm game as much as like there's small mini games that take place during kind of thing. I'm like, this is very interesting to watch. I'm excited to see how it plays. Avoiding as much as I can because I want to go in as blind as possible. There was one thing I'm like, that is so fucking weird. How did you do that? How did you play that? I want to know what the controls looked like because it's such a weird thing. And I can see how it would play on controller. I don't know how you could possibly do it on mouse and keyboard. So we'll see. But it looked interesting. Basically, you needed a left and a right input, and I'm not sure how exactly you would do one and the other on keyboard and mouse and have them be somewhat similar at all. That's all I got really. But no, I think the game looks fun. I like a good just music video vibe experience. Yeah, like you'd mentioned, it was going to be on my list if it wasn't on yours. And again, not the music necessarily being like, yes, I can't wait to hear all my favorite bands like Chris Daughtry and Set It Off, and those aren't in here. But no, it's the vibe. It's that artsy visual to it. I loved Artful Escape. That was a great. I remember playing that one in a spot where I was not in the mood to stream. I'm like, I have to stream. I have to do something. So I'm like, let's just find something. And I played through the Artful Escape and had such a great time with it. I thought it was visually stunning. I thought the gameplay was simple, but very fun to do all these different musical mini games and everything. And I think Mixtape being so much of that watch and experience, less play most of the time is still going to be very fun. I think it's going to be for that niche audience that really enjoys an experience.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Get mixed, baby. Also, not 2025. We're working on it.
Nope.
happens. Timestamp. What do I got next? What else am I talking about? Oh, baby, I'm excited for this one. So I very much like Little Nightmares. I like Little Nightmares 1 and 2. I haven't played 3 yet. I think it had pretty decent reviews on Steam last time I checked. But the team is working on their next game, which is Reanimal. Similar vibe. It's not a Little Nightmares game, but it's very much visually a Little Nightmares game. But you are playing in a... I forget if Little Nightmares 3 was actually co-op. The newer games have 2 characters, but I forget if they function as a second player or whatnot. This one is definitely co-op. You can play it single player as well and either have the AI or control both characters. This is one I'm looking forward to. I'd like to try and play with Kanai for stream. But it is the co-op horror experience. If you've played Little Nightmares, you know that like you walk into a room, you're like, something bad's going to happen in here. I'm not sure what, but something bad's going to happen. And you look around the wall and you're like, I think that thing's coming to life. So I'm going to walk by it. I'm going to grab the thing and I'm going to immediately start to run. And then the moment the chase music kicks in, you see this thing come to life and start scrolling down the wall. I'm like, you bastard. I knew it was going to be you. I knew you were going to do it. I got to run. The puzzle solving is very fun. I like those fixed camera 3D platformers here. I got to play the demo during Next Fest. Very much enjoyed it. I'm not the horror guy, but I think that however you want to define this type of horror, this platforming, whatever Little Nightmares is, whatever that packaging is, I like that a lot. I very much enjoy that. So Reanimal is one that's been on my radar. I love a co-op game. I love a fun puzzle. I love the atmosphere and the tone. I don't know that I love a bunch of float overweight bodies in the ocean, but hey, it fits the theme. So cool. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I like a little spookiness in there.
Yeah, I'm really curious to see how they move away from the Little Nightmares formula with this.
Yeah.
Because I think the third Little Nightmares wasn't made by the same devs. I think they only made the first 2. And I'm just curious to see, like, did they want to, like, did they feel trapped in that they couldn't evolve the game in the way they wanted to? Yeah. And is this going to be the evolution of that? I'm very curious to see that. I'll probably never play it because horror games,
yeah.
I get scared way too easily, but it does look really cool. And
totally.
If you're going to play it on stream, I'll probably be catching your stream.
Noted. There we go. Yeah, if I look back, it looks like, I guess Tarsier, I'm not sure how you pronounce it, Tarsier. They made 1 and 2. And then Supermassive made 3. And then it looks like, I think Tarsier are the ones making, Reanimal. So they made 1 and 2 and are making Reanimal. So 3, I think, is this mostly negative? What is this? It's mixed. So 3's got mixed reviews on Steam. Okay. Still want to check them out at some point, but Reanimal, I think, is right around the corner. February 13th. February. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm jazzed. I'm hoping to get some codes for that one and see if I can grab Kanai. I think that's right before Valentine's weekend, so we probably won't get to play into it. Maybe I pick it up and Mal and I play a little bit, and then I start fresh on stream with Kanai and see what that looks like. But for now, we wait just a couple weeks.
Yeah, not too long now.
All right, Tofr, you're next.
My next one is one that I have talked about quite a couple of times now. It's called Truckful. It's a game where you have to load stuff up into a truck and make it to your next destination. And it looks cozy as hell.
Yep.
Until that big goddamn truck shows up and starts chasing you. And I still have no clue, like, and how much of a role that big truck is going to play, like how much of a horror element is going to be there is going to be to this game, because so much of it looks cozy as hell. You just load up your stuff and then it's all physics based, trying to get cross these country roads and stuff like that without losing all of your wares. I'm so curious. The devs keep on publishing videos on TikTok. Yep. And they show us nothing new. There's I still have no clue as to how much of this is a horror game.
Yeah.
But I'm excited.
Yeah, I played the Next Fest demo and was really high on it. The demo did a lot of showing, here's all the different pieces we'll have, but didn't focus on anything. So it was, here's how you drive, here's how you back up, here's what traversal looks like. Here is this chase scene horror element that you'll get to experience. Here is the inventory management that was very Dredge / Resident Evil of rotating things in your trunk and keeping everything kind of organized. I loved every little bit that I got to play, but just was pulling to have more of each thing. Yeah, just I didn't watch the video one. This horror looking like thumbnail, this cover art, like this sets me up to be like, this game's gonna be scarier than initially thought. But I love this key art. I love what I got to play of it. I think it's really cool. And also, I was not aware that it was being published by Pocket Pair until right now. Maybe that was news we came across, and I just totally over my head. But that's cool. Gotta get in that publishing.
Yep.
Okay. Truckful, baby. I think, did I snag that one? That might be on our list for the Fantasy League. I think I got Truckful, I believe.
Ooh,
I think I made a joke. I was like, I thought Kate from No Small Game was going to take it, but Kate got it's mine. Let me see here. A little bit of timestamp. And then I need this trailer. Perfect. I like cozy multiplayer games that I can sink into for a little while. Whether it's for the long haul or just for a little while. But last year we got a trailer for a game called Hela that looked really, really cute. You are playing as mice exploring this world, and I think you're trying to, I forget if you're trying to help or you're trying to fight a witch. It's one thing and the other. There's a witch involved. I know that. But I've said before, I'm a sucker for the Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, little guys in big world aesthetic, tinykin, grounded, hit me with it. I love that style. So as I'm watching Hela and I'm seeing these mice, jump on couches or swing on trees or feed a rabbit and use it as like a traversal, gliding through the air with different leaves and stuff. Like, I think this is such a cool way to represent scale and seeing like everything around you and propelling yourself through the air. I think the game looks super fun. I don't know how narrative it's going to be, but visually it also reminds me of Unraveled, which I'm a huge fan of those two games. Yeah. So kind of taking this, maybe not so much survival, but this adventure co-op game where it looks like it's a little bit of It Takes Two. It's Unraveled. It's that tinykin energy. It's all these different elements thrown into one pot that looks very fun and very cute. So yeah, whenever this one comes around, I'm thinking it might be a Slap Squad stream, trying to play with LB and Mal. And I just think it looks like a fun, cute time. Whether it's a one night, get around to it. If it ends up being like, I'm just going to run this on my own because I want to get through the story and experience this. But yeah, sometime this year, it looks really cute.
It does look cute.
Yeah.
I get that. What you mentioned about these big worlds and tiny creatures in it. That always gets me as well, and it looks like they've done a really cool job of like representing that here.
Yeah. Oh, it's so pretty. It's so pretty.
It is.
Love it. Yeah. Hella excited. Hella excited. I'm funny. I didn't do that on purpose either. That's real good.
I see what you did there.
That's our episode, guys. Thanks for watching. Appreciate you. No, we still got games to talk about. Speaking of games to talk about, Tofr, you got the next one, and you also stole this one from me, you bastard. But
I did. It's called Neverway, and it's I think you can call it a life sim.
Great question. I don't know. I was thinking RPG, but even then, like, that sounds off base. But yeah, let me see what Steam has.
It does say RPG on Steam and psychological horror.
I'll check it out.
But yeah, like the Steam blurb says, after quitting her dead-end job, Fiona starts over on a farm and becomes the immortal herald of a dead god. So if that doesn't sound interesting enough, the visuals are created by the same people who did the visuals for Celeste.
Yep.
Which is always a big plus.
Yeah.
And it's just the setup for this game sounds so intriguing. I don't know that much about it yet, but I know that I'm going to play the shit out of this one.
Yeah. Yeah. I've had a few interactions with the dev on Blue Sky. They had put out a trailer. I'm like, this game's going to rock. And like, thanks, Danny. I'm like, absolutely. Keep up the great work. So I'm like, hey, by the way, when this game comes out, if you want to do something cool, you want to come talk on the show, like, let's shoot the shit a little bit. Yeah, this was a very cool experience to see. I believe it was announced before everything, but like, more people started hearing about it once Earthblade had gotten canceled, and we saw the connecting tissue of like, yes, this is what was being worked on and is no longer being worked on, but the artist is working on this new game. So yeah, seeing what Neverway is becoming and see it kind of grow since the cancellation of what would have been a really cool game, and what those two different sets of people and now two separate teams kind of wanted to make, and it couldn't come together. I think Neverway looks great. I'm very excited for it. I don't know how long of an RPG we're talking here. Like you already mentioned, the life sim, the farming, the fishing, and all that. So it could have some legs to it and last a while. If this was like a 10 to 12 hour narrative experience that I'm like, oh cool, I get to go through this. Like either way, I'm excited. Like another one that was mentally on my list. I'm like, does Tofr's already got it. Never mind. Let me take it off. Never mind. I think for our Fantasy Critic League, where we have to do counter picks, right? So you have to be like, what do I think is either going to score bad or that like won't come out this year, so that way we don't lose a lot of points. And I took the risk of like, I'm going to take Neverway, not because I think it's going to be bad. I think this game's going to do great, but I don't think it comes out in 2026. That's the indie person me going like, I think we see this one will come out eventually. But yeah, if this comes out this year, if it does make the cut, and I want to say, I think Rogan got this one. But I'm like, if it comes out, Rogan's getting a lot of points and we're losing a lot of points. So we're going to see. So devs, if you want to hold off and release it like January 1st, 2027, that'd be great for our team. But please.
Listen, I'll gladly take getting to play this game over scoring points with it.
That's fair. That's valid. That's okay. God, I sure hope it. Like, I do want it to come out this year. I do. I want to be able to talk about it for Game of the Year time and see what it looks like. But also, maybe next year. Let's do it next year. I need those points. But yeah, Neverway looks fucking rad. I can't wait.
It does.
A time stamper.
Yeah, I'm very interested to hear what you have to say about your next one.
Yeah, because if I recall, I think was another one that was on last year's most anticipated. I'm just assuming every game that comes out has been here for like 3 years. I don't want to talk about it, but I think 2 years ago, this team, Halberd Studios, released 9 Years of Shadows, which was, I enjoyed the game. When it came out, I had a few bugs where like I would die and then lose like 2 hours of progress. I'm like, I'll come back to this when it's fixed, and haven't had the chance to. But they announced their next game, which was Mariachi Legends, and fuck, does it look good. Oh my God, it's like fucking gorgeous. So it is this action platformer, Metroidvania. Actually, I'm not sure. Let me see here. Mariachi Legends. Yeah, Metroidvania action adventure platformer. It's just got this gorgeous style. It's almost like super insane pixel art Guacamelee in this way. There's Lady Death. She has been my wallpaper for the better part of a year. Look, she's so damn fine. Oh my God. Yeah, I think that the pixel art is immediately what grabbed me on this one. I think 9 Years of Shadows already looked really good, but there is that dark, grim Dia de los Muertos like style to everything. The action and the combat looks so fucking sick. Like, look at these. The like whatever dog thing that was that just dove in and ate somebody's throat, and all the splashes of colors and blood. Like, this looks awesome. This visually looks sick. I love a good Pixar game. The HUD, again, sorry for audio listeners, you're not really seeing everything as I'm reacting to it, but like the sprite work looks awesome. The combat looks like it's going to be so much fun and fast paced and crazy. Like, not quite Katana Zero, because I think it plays very differently, but I think the speediness and the swiftness of everything looks like it's going to be fun, and you're going to have these awesome superhero, why am I such a badass moments that I can't wait to play through. And I'm hoping this one makes a cut this year. And look at this fucking cutscene. God. There it is. That's my wallpaper. That's my wallpaper for the better part of a year. I'd show you, but I think I have embargoed stuff in my wallpaper or my desktop, so I can't show you that right now. But
no.
Yeah. Oh, look at that shit, dude. Fuck. All right.
Yeah.
This
is one of those games where I wish I were better at like action games, just so I could play this, because I know if I play this, I'm gonna suck at it so bad. That I'm not gonna enjoy it.
Yeah.
But it looks so cool, so I'm hoping it comes out this year and I can watch you stream it.
Yeah.
And like live through you.
Yeah, I want it. I'm gonna double check. Does that have currently says Q2 2026, so we're talking April to June-ish, give or take. But again, dates could mean nothing, so we'll see.
We'll see.
Yeah, looks rad. I'm super I was pulling up your next game, and this thumbnail intrigued me. Okay, we're good. It had an interesting layout to it where it looked like it was very like Nintendo thumbnail, but it was pink. I'm like, what is that? Oh, that looks weird.
Okay.
Anyway, I think I timestamped, but just in case. Tofr, what you got next?
Yes. My next one is another one that I probably stole from your
You
list.
absolutely did. You absolutely did.
Yeah.
You gotta
It's
fucking
called
relax.
Dosa Divas.
It is. But also, you were a bigger fan of their previous game. Not that I wasn't, but you played more of their previous game than I did, so it makes sense that you snagged this one too.
Yeah, it's made by Outer Loop Games, the people who made Thirsty Suitors, and I'm having played Thirsty Suitors, I would play anything that Outer Loop makes.
Yep.
This time around, you battle an evil fast food empire in a narrative turn-based RPG that looks just it looks insane, to be honest. You play as two sisters and their upgradable spirit mech, and you cook delicious meals and fight the evil corporations that stand in your way. It's gonna be so cool. It's gonna be personal in a way that you didn't expect when you started playing it. What can I say about this game? It's just if it plays anything like the previous game, this is gonna be another classic that you cannot miss out on. It's unexpected in everything that it presents, but when you play it, you'll just get it.
Yes. Yep. You'll hear it a lot today. Like when I played this at Summer Game Fest, this was one I couldn't get an appointment for. It was that last minute. Everyone was already booked. But luckily they brought what a lot of devs didn't do, and what Outer Loop did was bring a Steam Deck with the demo on it as well. So if they couldn't get someone to sit, they're like, have the other half of the couch and play on the Steam Deck. So I got to play it there. And it was like Sea of Stars meets Thirsty Suitors. And that was everything I needed. The combat was very Sea of Stars, but yeah, again, very Thirsty Suitors with the visual style, but the goofiness of what we're choosing to make combat out of, being like this being so much more of a food focused thing. A lot of the moves are I'm using a walk or whatever, and like the Moonerang from Sea of Stars, where you throw the thing and a ting 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 ting, and each time you hit, you get to shoot it back until you miss. That is one of the moves in here. I'm like, oh cool, it's the Moonerang, but it's done in the Outer Loop visual style with that silliness of Thirsty Suitors and that visual style that really like pops. That like cell shaded's not the word either, but yeah, that their style, the Outer Loop visuals. It was super fun. There's a lot of resource management as well, where you're like, cool, I need to make this certain type of thing, but I need to be bitter, I need to be sweet, or I need to be salty. So you have to roam around and find, I need this bush that gives me this type of food, and I know that's salty. So you do the cooking mini game, and just like in Thirsty Suitors, where you'd be in the kitchen cooking with mom, and you put all the ingredients together and do that. It's very not copy paste, but builds off of what that system was and makes that a little more of a core mechanic as you like have to get items for people and stuff. Very, very much loved what I got to play here. I wish I had the chance to sit down and talk with the dev a little bit more about the game and you know what they're looking to build off of it. But just getting to play it and get experience it already, this one's gonna be dope too. So yes, your excitement is very well warranted. Yes.
Also, it might be just me being hungry right now because of my surgery, but I want to taste all of the food in this game.
Yeah. They put out like a cookbook, you know? I forget. I feel like somewhere Venba did a cookbook as well, where they were like, here's the things you can make. You can just go follow this guide and do a thing. If there was, here are the dishes we're making. Anything with a game that has culture and then says, check out the food we have, it should have a way to be like, here's how we made it, here are the ingredients. Because I'm reaching again now, just going culturally, but like Venba did a lot of, to make their video and the audio in their game, they made the food and just set a mic next to the stove and captured all the audio, so it was very authentic. And like, this is what the sizzling, this is what the popping sounds like. So getting those fun little touches of this is the stuff we put behind it is cool. So something that's so food centric, I love to see more about what that looked like.
Yep.
Yeah. Dosa Divas. Early 2026, which, double checking, I don't think that has changed since this trailer dropped.
Nope.
Okay, cool. So someday, everybody, you'll see it. You'll have it. Time soon, one day. My next game here, how many we got left? We got 3 each. You have 2. So I have one more than 2 each yet. Cool. I talked about this game mid last year. I got to get into a playtest and very much enjoyed it. I got to play Outbound, which is basically a survival game where you're living in a van and you get to explore this like national park and see what else is going on out there. Very Firewatch coded.
Nice.
I had a great time playing it. Also, if you've played Solar Punk, reminds me a lot of that. But you get in this van, you go out to the park, and you start exploring and finding resources, which you then use to upgrade your van. You get solar panels, you get windmills, so you can charge everything up. You have to charge the battery of the van, so as you're going around, you put that out in the sun, you go and collect some resources, you bring them back, you craft it into building materials, and then whenever you're like, cool, we're going to move the van, you collapse everything in, you drive a little bit, and then you go out and do it again and find new bridges to unlock. And to get over here, you have to grab these resources, and there's a little gotcha system. So if you go find like little coins out in the world, you put in a machine, you get little things for your dashboard. I had a really good time exploring in the playtest. I got to a bunch of areas that were like, you can try to go here, but the demo doesn't give you enough time to progress to get the energy in the car to make it up a certain hill. Maybe there's a way if you cheesed it and whatnot, but I didn't get that far. I'm like, let me just experience what's in front of me. Different puzzles, and you're like, I found this treehouse, lets me do this thing. I think it's just going to be a very chill time. Like I said, there's a lot of cozy games on this list right now. I think cozy games are eating good in 2026. Outbound is no exception. I think this was very, very fun. And I think once we can kind of just get lost in this world and do all the different crafting and everything, it's going to be very fun for people.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It looks so cozy as well.
Yeah.
I do wonder how you collapse whatever you've built there into your van, but whatever.
I'm interested because I haven't gotten, I was never able to get to that. I got to the point where I take the canopy out and put stuff out and around and like, oh, cool. Because you kind of have like, again, based on the playtest, you have like an area outside of your van, which I guess narratively I am setting up each time where it's like I open the canopy and then I'm like, ooh, wood chipper, blah, blah, blah. Like I'm putting those things out, but the game establishes that once I open that, it's like, cool, your camp is set up. You do the thing where you have your stuff placed. As far as the stuff on the house, I think it is also silly to think that that is just there. That like the moment I get to an underpass, you're like, I don't know how I got through with a giant house on top of my van. I don't know how my van is moving this, but it's there. It worked.
It works.
Yeah, I don't know how that functions narratively, but whatever. You know, I'm here. I'm cool with it.
it's a video game.
Yeah. Suspend disbelief. Exactly. But also crafting. I do like making a house. That is the Minecraft and the Hytale energy of like, yes, I'm going to just make shit. I'm going to build the house. You go do something else. I'm going to stay here and make the house. I'm ready for that for Outbound. I'm going to make the biggest van house I can.
Nice.
Yeah. Alrighty, Drum Stamp. Tofr, what else we got?
My penultimate game is Pieced Together. This one is releasing sometime during the first quarter of 2026.
Yeah.
It's a scrapbooking game that tells the story of a friendship between two girls. You have to like solve puzzles through scrapbooking. And you get to decorate it any way you want. So it combines like scrapbooking as a thing with the puzzles, and sometimes that's all you need from a game. I think this one might be this might be one of those games that just hits you in the feels like Unpacking did, with like the storytelling being through the scrapbooking, but working really well. I played the demo for this. I'm really excited to play more of it because it's so cozy to play as well. We really are. We are becoming a cozy podcast. I think.
That's right. That's right. Watch out, Jenny. We're taking the title. Coming for you. No, absolutely. I think it looks so cute, so charming. I think I never got to play the demo, but like you mentioned Unpacking, and I'm like, I see it. I see that similar, like a little more storytelling, because obviously you're seeing characters and the pictures of what they were doing, as opposed to like, I'm building a story because I see the lack of this color and that there's no room for me in this place. And I'll don't get me started. I'll go on the rants about that level and Unpacking all over again. I forget who it was recently. I brought that up and someone's like, you're right. Yes, exactly. I'm like, thank you. You understand me. You get what I'm talking about. But yeah, I see that cozy storytelling of seeing like what characters are going through these pictures and things in the scrapbook, and that looks very fun. I don't know how long it'll end up being, but it seems like a cozy afternoon of like closing the blinds, let the rain fall outside, and just get lost in the scrapbook. I think it'd be really fun.
Exactly.
Piece together. Which means timestamp. I'm on to my penultimate game, which I did not copy paste. Again, another one I'm pretty sure I talked about last year and it didn't come out, but that's okay because it should be right around the corner. Mina the Hollower. Not too much to say. Mina the Hollower, new game from the Shovel Knight team. You play as Mina. You're a mouse. You get to pick one of three weapons. You almost have this like Pokemon intro of do you want to do the hammer, you want to do the whip, or you want to do the third one I didn't look at because you gave me a hammer and I immediately took that. I very much enjoyed it. Instead of going for like the Mario platformer, it goes for a little more of like the classic Zelda adventure game when it comes to exploration and combat. Very much more challenging than I thought it was going to be when I played it. That might have just been a skill issue at the time, and maybe I'll do better when it's here. But yeah, I love Yacht Club. I know to some degree my name came up between Yacht Club employees and some other PR teams when we were in LA. I'm like, shut the fuck up.
Oh.
Why you talk about me? Who put my name in your mouth? I like it. Keep going. Either way, no, I'm very excited for Mina. I've been gassed for Mina. I think I did. What did I do? I think I put out a podcast clip of us, unrelated at all, but I was wearing my Mina the Hollower shirt, the glow in the dark one. And Celia, the social media manager, I believe is her official title. She's cool. But she was like, nice shirt. I'm like, thanks. Can't wait to play the game. Put me on the list. I want a key. Yeah, I'm super excited. Again, it's one of those, it's hard to say much more. Like the game looks great. The demo is very fun. The pedigree of Shovel Knight and us getting that first game, which ended up becoming like 7 games because of Kickstarter backing, and this being their first game, our first new game in 10 years now, I think, since we got the first Shovel Knight like releasing on PC. Super sick. Every other Shovel Knight's been a collaboration with another studio to keep that thing going. And we know we're getting a Shovel Knight 2 soon-ish. Soon's relative for indie games. But yeah, it's Mina. I'm gassed. I want it. I'm gonna play so much.
Yeah, I'm very curious to see where this will end up, like come Game of the Year time.
Yeah.
On your list, because you are so hyped for this, and I get it. I get it when like just looking at it. I haven't played the demo, sadly.
Yeah.
But it looks cool as hell, and there are very few, like there are plenty of indie developers who try to get that retro feeling going.
Yeah.
But very few of them succeed in a way like Yacht Club do.
Right. Totally. Yeah, I know there was, I don't know if we talked about the podcast or I was reading it somewhere or whatever, but Yacht Club was talking about like their release and how like what they need the success of Mina to be, right? And like, we're fine, like we'll make it through, but like Mina needs to make this much, otherwise we have to go back and looking at the idea of crowdfunding again, right? Which was such a big success for Shovel Knight. And I forget if they did any crowdfunding for Mina. I want to say they didn't. That was the point of the conversation. But like, everything aimed not to have to do layoffs and make sure we can still keep the team and do everything. But whatever Mina's success looks like will warrant like, yes, we then have to go and do such and such we have to go to Kickstarter to make Shovel Knight 2 or continue DLC for Mina and everything. So this is me telling everybody, if you like Shovel Knight and you like to see indie devs make their things, buy Mina. By Mina the Hollower. My plan is if we do get a review code, I will still buy it on another platform. So if I get a PlayStation key, I'm going to buy it on Steam. If I get a Steam key, I'm going to buy it on PlayStation, whatever the case is. Because I want to make sure that if I could buy every game I get a review code for, I would. But I ain't got that money. That's a lot of work. But when I can, and when I'm like, this is me, like my branding being so Shovel Knight focused from the get-go of me playing games on the internet, yes. Like, I want to see Yacht Club succeed in every way I can make that possible. So please pick up Mina when it comes out sometime this year.
Just make more merch.
Listen.
Danny will buy it. Danny will buy it.
Listen. Be careful. Because I'll buy a Mina plush. I'll buy a goddamn Mina plush. You get me another shirt. You do a cool little combo that's like Mina and Shovel Knight sleeping by the campfire. I'll buy it. I'll wear that shit. I'll do the damn thing. Celia, you listening? You hearing this? Let's make the merch happen. I'm in. You gonna do? Please don't. I only have so much money. I have a PO box if you guys would send it my way. But yes, absolutely. I want to see Yacht Club succeed, so I will continue to support how I can. Oh, but that is my penalty news. Tofr, around to your last game. The last game you're excited for ever. Yes. I was pulling up mine and need yours.
It's another store game for me. It's kind of similar vein to Wax Heads. It's called Thrifty Business.
Yes.
And it's made by Spellgarden Games, the people who brought us Sticky Business, which was amazing. This time around, though, you're not creating an online store. You're actually creating a physical store, but it's a thrift shop this time around, and it's gonna be a laid-back management sim that looks colorful as hell. You'll get to befriend regulars. You'll get to, yeah, help them with their requests. You'll get to choose which items to buy and which items to sell. It's Spellgarden games. I mean, I said it before and I'll say it again. I'll play anything that they make.
Yep.
And having last year played what was it called? Oh god damn it! Let me check.
Raven.
Ritual of Raven.
Ritual of Raven. Yep.
Yeah, that just confirmed it for me. Like I will play anything they make. And if this game nails like the gameplay loop in a way that Sticky Business did, then I will be playing this for way too long.
Yeah. We talked about it when they announced it, the wholesome snack, and being like, hey, this was, I forget if it was the first announcement or the last announcement, whichever one they did. But it looks so cool. And I'm curious, not if it'll be good, but like how good it will be or how it's going to translate from what Sticky Business is, being you are running an Etsy shop, to I'm running a physical store. Like how does some of those mechanics of that game change, or what do we exclude and not include from here? I think it'll be really cool to watch that evolution and see like what's a testing ground, like how do we know this is going to work the same way? Because one of the big things with Sticky Business being like in a streamer mode is that chat can like order your stickers, like not physically, like they can't go and buy them, but like chat can go in, you're like, all right, I'm gonna go open my shop, and in between days chat can type ! 222-333, and they'll order 2 of your second sticker and 2 of your third sticker. And then in the game, it's like Cartoon Burp showed up and wants to buy 2 of these and blah, blah, blah. And like you get to customize so much of your content in Sticky Business, which is I making my stickers, and they had so many pride flags and everything. Where like there's so much customization and personality to Sticky Business, where as of right now, it seems like it is very, not generic, but like it is, items are coming in as they are, as opposed to like me building what I'm selling. So I want to see if that little bit of that creativity is not lost, but like if people feel less customizable in this as opposed to what Sticky Business was. But either way, I think it's going to be fun. And that cycle of doing the daily grind of selling stuff is going to be really fun.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it will be.
Yeah.
And I like that they're sticking to like this visual style that they started with Sticky Business, because it works so well. When I first saw the clothing rack, I thought this was made by the developers of Unpacking.
Oh, yep. It looks just like it. You're right.
Yeah.
So honestly,
it was a weird time watching that trailer. I remember being like, "Is this a new Unpacking game?" And I was like, "Oh no, it's not Unpacking. Wait, it's by the Sticky Business people."
Oh, that's great. Yeah. Either way, it's either one will do it for me. Give me Unpacking too, though. Like we talk about this.
Oh yeah, please.
That'd be great. Yeah, Thrifty Business looks great. Do you have a date for that one, or is it just?
Just 2026, but once again, the developers in the past couple of days have been teasing that it might be coming sooner rather than later.
All right, you heard them, guys. Available today. Shadow dropped here on Playlog Podcast. Really putting Spellguard in the corner. Listen, I love Shadow drops. Those are great. Sometimes they're terrible where I'm like, I don't have the bandwidth right now to play this. I would like to, so we'll see. But like the amount of Shadow Drop games I've bought and not touched, I think Frog Song was one of them. Like, oh, this came out today. I've been looking forward to this. It's still set in my library, but like I bought it. I bought the damn thing. Shadow Drop scary. You gotta be a special breed, but I'll take it. Let's see. Timestamp onto our last most anticipated game, and I say this for last, not because I think it is the game I'm most looking forward to this year, but I think it's the game that is not the most questionable. I think we get a lot of trailers for super insane cyberpunk pixel art games that never come out. That happens a lot. I think it was The Last Call. There was another one I couldn't even tell you the name of. And now we have Replaced. And Replaced is the one that I'm referring to in this moment. Replaced got announced, I want to say this was like 2 or 3 years ago at this point. And we saw the last call, I think is what the Last Call kind of disappeared. It was in this development hell. It was coming out, but then it wasn't coming out, and something with development behind it and this, that, and the other. And then we heard about Replaced, and I'm like, oh, is this a fun thing of like the studio ended The Last Call and made Replaced instead? We're like, no, these are 2 separate games. These look very similar. I'm like, okay, just let me know when it comes out. I'm excited for it. I'm so enamored. Again, someone needs to go back and count how many times we said visual style in this episode, because it's a lot. But that is what grabs me. That is what makes me say this game looks sick. The gameplay comes second in getting me in the door, and that'll just keep me hooked on talking about it. But seeing this style, seeing these cutscenes, seeing this camera pan, and I don't know how much of this is natural gameplay compared to like, oh, we got the cool cinematic gameplay trailer going on. But it looks nuts. It's got that little 3D camera, kind of Katana Zero-esque visual style. The dope cyberpunk grungy. The Pixar animations look good. I just talked about Mariachi Legends a few minutes ago and love the way that looked. This has that similar fast-paced, really pixel dense visual style. Again, I said visual style. I got to stop saying visual style. But it'd be a great TikTok if I get the time to just clip every time we said visual style. But it's rad. It looks so cool. I don't know what to make out of it. I don't know if this game is going to be good. I know it's going to look good. It looks awesome. And I'm hoping the gameplay holds up. But I don't know what to expect, like a Disco Elysium, if I expect a Katana Zero, if I expect what it to be, but I'm excited. Also, I may have to disclose there's nothing here. There's no official content, whatever, but I am a Thunderful creator. So I do, and they're publishing the game. So take that information what you will. This was just on the most anticipated. We currently have no contact about Replaced, but they're publishing it and I work with them. So yeah, just take note of that. But yeah, Replaced. We finally, maybe, possibly, I think finally, officially, eventually, finally will happen now. Get one of these really cool pixel dense games that is coming out.
Yeah,
finally,
it looks cool. The trailer does like keep it a bit of a mystery, like the way that this is going to play.
Yeah. So
I'm not sure if I'll be picking this one up on day one.
Right.
But I want to, just because of the way it looks. Because I love a cyberpunk world, and the lighting in this looks just sick.
Gorgeous. It looks so fucking good. I dig it. I'm jazzed for it to be here. I want to see what it's about. Again, I'm so not nervous, but like inquisitive of what this plays like. What is the moment to moment look like as you're playing it? Because again, could be that cinematic gameplay. This might be a cutscene you get, but what is my traversal? What does my progression look like? How much combat am I doing as opposed to just watching a cutscene, you know? But we might not know till we know. And that's just a couple months out. So we'll see.
Yep.
Dope. But team, those are our most anticipated games of 2026 so far. Just to wrap it up real quick again, I included LUCID, Lose Lagoon, Toem 2, Dobbel Dungeon, Reanimal, Hela, Mariachi Legends, Outbound, Mina The Hollower, and Replaced. And Tofr, if you want to run through your list real quick and what you listed.
My list was Slay the Spire 2, Tides of Tomorrow, Witchbrook, Wax Heads, Mixtape, Truckful, Neverway, Dosa Divas, Piece Together, and Thrifty Business.
Yes, and that's just 20 of the probably 40 million games coming out this year. Some that we have emails about that we can't talk about. Can't wait to tell you guys about. Some that we have no idea are going to come out. We're going to get a sneaky little game. We're like, oh, everyone's playing this one. And I guarantee at least 4 more Balatro likes will come out this year that we can't wait to talk about.
Oh, absolutely.
And I believe this is not the indie spotlight, but hold on. Checking an email. Stick with me, team. Hold on. Yes, as of recording this, the demo for Curse Words is out. I talked about that a couple weeks ago. The Balatro-esque Scrabble game. Go fucking play the demo. Go play the damn demo. This game fucking rocks. It's really cool. Please go play it. Yeah. Timestamp. Those are our most anticipated, which means it's not talking about what we've been playing. Tofr, you said I don't play games anymore for this section, so
I have struggled to play games because of my recovery, and I will have played a couple by next week, but this week this is all yours.
Understood. Well, then let's start with a little bit of I got 4 games here to talk about, and that means I could sit here for like an hour again, but I'm gonna try and finite a little bit for each of these. The first one, I don't have a whole lot to say, but I do think the game is very fun. I had gotten a key for the demo of Pinkeep, which is essentially a roguelike city builder that plays pinball, I guess is the best way to define this. But yeah, you hop into this world, you are playing as the pinball machine. And as you start, let me skip forward because this is the tutorial, so it's not quite as in depth of what you can see. But you will have mines, you'll have tunnels, you'll have trees, all these different things on the board. And your goal is to place a pinball, and you are trying to stop hordes of enemies from coming and defeating your city at the bottom. All the while you are collecting money, you're collecting different currency, and you're finding other NPCs to buy stuff from. And then you use the cards on the side of your screen to upgrade the world around you so you can build your defenses. I'm very much enjoying it. I am a sucker for pinball. You throw something with me that's a pinball game, I'm like, let me see what I can do. I'm having a good time with it. It's not super like, oh, this blew my mind, I had to do this thing. If you love pinball, you should check it out. It's more like it's pinball with a few more mechanics. I am very much enjoying it, but I don't have a thing to scream from the heavens about why it's amazing. I just think it's fun. I think it's rad. I think sometimes they really just fuck me when the ball goes flying down the map. That pinball moment where if it was just a little bit more to the left, you could have hit it, but it just went right between the paddles. You're like, God damn it! There's nothing I could have done. It just went right there. There's not like the screen shake to like knock it over a little bit or all. But yeah, I've enjoyed my time with it. I think I played in a Discord call with like 3 other friends, and we kept talking about I should build this, I should put this down. I just whiffed it and put the arm up too late as opposed to like hitting the thing I needed. But it's fun. Buy items, upgrade the city. You get like stations. So like if you hit them, they'll shoot an arrow at enemies that are walking by. You can increase the ball speed, add spikes to the ball so it does more damage when it hits enemies. Place the different resources around. It's cool. It's a chill time.
It does look cool. I downloaded the demo for this one.
Cool.
Because I think it released already in
did
full.
it?
Oh wait, no, it hasn't.
Guys, Tofr lied.
I lied.
Yeah. Does it have a date?
But the demo is still available.
Cool.
Does not have a date yet. No.
Got it. Hey guys,
But it
2026.
looks cool.
Yeah, I had a big. I'm trying to see if there's anything else important that I didn't include. Use the ball flippers to collect resources and defeat your enemies. Place buildings from the deck on the play. No, that's pretty much it. I pretty much said what it is, but it will be coming to early access sometime this year, and then we'll get that for release. It does say you've played similar games, including Dungeon Crawler, which we both really like. So if you played Dungeon Crawler from Stray Fawn, I was gonna say Little Fawn, Stray Fawn, similar vibe. Also, there's an upgrade where you can get the little guy to travel on the ball. So as the ball flies by enemies, he's like, pew, 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 and shoots at them. That was really cool. I did like that.
Nice.
Pinkeep. Demo available now. Timestamp. Next up, let me see. Did I pull this one up real quick? CGDannyB Vons, because this was really fun. For anyone unfamiliar, we do a thing on Twitch sometimes called Slop Squad, where it is typically LB and I, and we'll grab whatever friends we can, and we play some kind of friend slop multiplayer game. And last week, we played a game called Eyes of Hellfire, which is actually like really fucking rad. I did not realize how cool this game was until we got there. It's kind of Among Us with more steps, and that's a good thing. It is a Blumhouse game, so let me find the studio here. Because it's helped by Blumhouse, so it's still indie, but it is Eyes of Hellfire. Is made by Gambrinus, something like that. But yeah, you and your friends, you go into this mansion. There's going to be multiple missions. Right now, the cool thing is it is that friend pass kind of game. So if one of you owns it, you can play with lobbies of 5. So as long as someone owns it, everyone else can download the demo and join in for free. You just won't get any XP as you complete missions. And it's a long mission. So you might want to actually pick it up so you make some progress with your time. Because we did about a 3-hour stream for one mission. I thought this was going to be the Among Us. I thought it was going to be... We go in, we found the imposter, let's run it again. No, it was the whole thing. So you go in, one person becomes the Eyes of Hellfire. You're kind of the traitor, the imposter. You're trying to fuck everybody else over. But everybody's doing that because everybody gets a hidden task. It's like when I started, mine was to make sure I got 3 people with traps. So when the game would start, you draw cards. It is very Baldur's Gate TTRPG-esque in the mobility and the movement. Each section of the house is a new location. So you have to use a move card or a move ability to progress into a new area. So to do that, when you start the turn, you'll draw your cards. Let me see if I can find a little more of like the intro gameplay here. Because it says picking characters, the cutscene. Yeah. So like on the right, you'll see all the different people on the team. At the bottom is your current hand. And then you have Vigor, which you can use those Vigors to convert into either one move, into one search, or into one fight, I believe are the different options you have. And it's like a 1-for-1 unless you have an upgrade or anything. But if you go to a new area, that requires one move. If you don't have a move, you kind of have to end your turn before anything else happens. So there can be everybody spread around the house and you're like, I can't see, like, what do I do? I guess I just wait here for everyone else. But if a monster's around you, there's a funny clip LB put out on the Hack Recklessly YouTube channel where she was in a room and got attacked by 3 like living art pieces. And back in the house, the room we were in, it was me, Kanai, and Val being like, oh, if we bring the music box, we can go. I found the trap door on the horse statue. If we go back and find the horse statue, and LB is spamming the end turn button, and I am missing it. I'm not hearing this, but it's just like gong 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 gong. So there's a great edit of her like, help, end your turn. I'm like, oh, the music box, yay! It's so good. It's so fun. But that sidetrack for a second. Yeah, so each turn, which can last however long until people use up their abilities, certain things will take place. But the game is so cool and gruesome with horror, where like in between turns, you'll get like those answer this question about your team. Where like the one was so funny, it was who is the clown of this little group? And instantly everyone clicked my name. They were like, it's Danny. It's fucking Danny. And sometimes depending on the answer to that question, it could be a buff or a debuff where it's like, who's the least trustworthy of the party? And it's like, oh, it's Rachel because she always runs off on her own. And we kind of went back and forth of, are we talking about the people or are we talking about the characters and blah, blah, blah. But it's like, oh, she's untrustworthy. -1 vigor. She has less actions this turn. Like, what the fuck, guys? I'm like, sorry, I had to pick someone. Or to like, who's the most likely to die? And I'm like, LB. She's like, why me? I'm like, because my character went crazy and actually killed you. You're the only person I saw go down. She's like, that's fair. So LB got a boost in health or something at turn because she was the most likely to die or something like that. So different things will happen and take place. The one where like, who's the biggest clown? It was me. I got 2 extra vigor, so I got 2 extra actions that turn. But then you are roaming around this mansion solving mysteries. So almost like doing the mini games in Among Us, you are picking a thing and grabbing a thing. And, oh, if I go here to get in here, I need to have a certain thing, or look into the mirror and see if you're the one who's been chosen to enter the threshold. So everyone has to take their time to go to that side of the house, look in the mirror and like, sorry, it's not you. Sorry, it's not you. It's you. So you're the only person who can go there. And once it's open, someone can follow you. LB was that person. So she was able to get in. Then I was able to follow her in there. There's this whole dining room table that has like 3 turns where you have to search for it, like search through it and you eat something off the table. This fucked me at one point and it was so scary but cool because when everyone ends a turn, you have that meeting. I ate something off the table and the side of my screen was like, oh, everybody ended their turn. I'm like, oh, let me end my turn too. Then we got a meeting where everyone's like, I'm like, what the fuck is happening? What is this? And then everybody ended their turn and they were all skeletons. Everybody was dead. I'm like, oh my God, what is happening? And then when the meeting ended, I came in and Val's like, you good? I'm like, yeah, did everyone have that meeting? Like, no. Hey, we're going to end our turn. So it ended. I'm like, oh shit. I just had a fake meeting. So like almost imagine in Among Us, someone went and hit the button to do an emergency meeting, but nobody actually did. And you're seeing the entire thing alone with fake characters and everything. And then you have the real emergency meeting. Like, that's nuts. That's crazy. Damn. This game had a like, not mostly negative, like a mixed review of like last week. And now it's currently very positive. I'm very happy for that. This game is rad. This game is so dope. I did not think I was going to be into this one. I like, here we go again. I like the visual style, but the gameplay in the trailer did not sell me very much. Once I got into play it, I'm like, oh no, this is fucking rad. This is really cool. Again, it's not like Among Us where I can just pick up and play. Let's knock out 10 rounds real quick in a couple hours that we have. Like it was a long haul. Like you and your friends, I'd be like, we're doing this tonight. Like we were playing Eyes of Hellfire. But so much fun. I would love to play again. I know Mal didn't get to play with us, so I want to run some with Mal. Zach didn't get to play with us, so I want to run some with him. So yeah, just a list of like people we want to try and play it with. But very cool. If you just want to go halvesies, like $10. Each of you put in $2. You and 4 friends all get to play this as much as you want. Just the one person will end up getting the XP for it, whoever bought it, like on their account. But I plan to pick this up myself because I think it was very fun. I'd like to be able to play it whenever. Currently, LB's the one who owns it, but super dope game.
Nice.
Yeah.
I can imagine it being cool. Like it's kind of hard just looking at the visuals
Yeah.
to imagine how this game grips you, but hearing you talk about
Yeah.
it just makes me want to give it a try myself.
Yeah, I think it sets you up for that, like, what conniving thing do I do, right? Like I said, I had to place traps. So the whole thing was I have to put a trap down, and they would turn invisible, but some characters can see traps so they don't fall into them. So like Rachel was so keen on everything, and I hated it because she kept like catching me but wouldn't say anything. But there's a moment where it's like, oh, let's check out this thing on the wall. I'm like, I ran to another corner. I'm like, okay, there's a lever. Someone has to come over here. I'm going to put this trap down. And then walked away. And then Rachel comes over like 2 minutes later, like, huh, there's a trap over here. I'm like, where? I don't see a trap. And visually, I could not see the trap, but I know I put it there. She's like, yeah, there's a trap in the phone. I'm like, oh, can I? And I'm like dancing around. I'm like, I don't want to step on it. I want to make sure I don't like get hurt. And Rachel's like, okay. I'm like, fuck, Rachel knows. And then later, there was another thing that I did, which I thought Kanai was calling me out for, but it wasn't. It was something completely different. But Kanai comes in like, guys, I want you to know, I know what one of you did, and I forgive you. And Rachel's like, huh, you want to go to another room and talk real quick? Because I think I have thoughts. And so Kanai and Rachel run off. I'm like, fuck. Rachel's on to me. She knows I'm the trap master. She's going to get me. And she was. The entire time she knew. So at the end, whoever is the Eyes of Hellfire gets to decide. They have to figure out somebody's task. So either you all complete the task and you get out in the light. We all died because the big monster spawned in and just kept teleporting us to different rooms. Chase after us, dead. Chase after us, dead. It was brutal. The goal was just to run and we could not do that. But then whoever's the Eyes of Hellfire, they have to try and guess who had what task. If they can get one right, they win. So when Rachel got to pick, she goes to the car. She's like, Trap Master, Danny. And I was like, yeah, that was me. But it's very cool. Again, so much to do, so much in there. And it is a unique type of gameplay. So you don't really just pick it up and be like, yes, this is so much fun. You kind of have to figure that out. But it was such a unique experience. And I loved it. I'm glad to see it's that very positive on Steam. I want to see more out of it. Mm-hmm. And the whole VOD's on YouTube, the CGDannyB VODs channel, if you want to watch us play through it and see how that went. I think LB has theirs up as well, so you can watch her side of everything as she died. I want to see some of her clips and see what she had done comparatively to like what I did. Because I'm going to be like, oh, you did this when I did this? Got it. Understood. Okay, cool.
Does it have like the proximity chat as well?
It does. Yep. It is proximity chat. Yep. So if you're in different sections, you can like hear people. I put a couple clips on Blue Sky. If anyone wants to like see those, like quick snippets or anything of like the voting and some of the gameplay. The one I mentioned about the fake meeting is on Blue Sky. That was a really cool moment. But yeah, it's the roam. If you're in another section, you kind of hear the distant voices. You can hear people through doors if they're right in the opposite side. So like if I'm in one room and Rachel's right here and she's talking through there, she can't move into the door, but I can hear her talk through the door. It is very much, proximity chat. That's what we want for like the friend slap thing. So cool. It's cool. Yeah. Timestamp. I said I'd keep it reductive, or like not tiny, but we still talking. It's fine. It's good. Let me see, get into the next one. I'm making a TikTok about this one as well, so I won't have too much to say, but I still want to talk about it. I have also been playing Highguard, which is the new shooter from Wild Lights, I think is the name of the studio. Give me a second here. They're all former Respawn developers.
Wild Light, yeah.
Wild Light, cool. Yep. So Wild Light Entertainment, yesterday as of recording, they released Highguard. My big complaint with this game, not the game itself, but the people around it, is that everybody was immediately like, oh, this game's going to be Concord 2. It's terrible. It's bad. And that bothered me. That really annoyed me because everyone just decided this game was going to be terrible before it was even out. And I hate that. I hate that mentality. I think you're just coming in for the reason to make a game bad. But I played a couple hours. Mal, myself, and Medic, one of my mods, we got to play it yesterday. And I had a really good time. I don't think this is going to like take away my Marvel Rivals addiction and make me play something else. But I'll probably hop in a couple times to get onto or get into a match before a stream or something. But essentially it is capture the flag with more steps. You start a match, you do a little bit of base building. It's kind of Rainbow Six Siege. Your base has two generators and like this crystal you want to protect. Once the match starts, you go out and you try and get this big sword. You Apex Legends, you get gear and armor and different weapons. The Battle Royale formula, but it's not a Battle Royale. But you go in, you get those items. Once the sword spawns, you want to grab that and take it to the enemy base. And once you put the sword into their base, you spawn a big like trebuchet or not a trebuchet. That's not the medieval tool I'm looking for. The barricade breaker thing. You spawn one of those with the goal of breaking down their dome. Then you get inside to break their generators. Once you do 100 damage, so you look at the top of the screen for video watchers, they broke into our base, which does 30 damage. If they go break another generator, that's another 30 damage. They break another generator, that's 30 damage. If they break the crystal, that is like end game. So really you want to go for the crystal because that'll do everything, but it has more time to survive on it. So that countdown's important. Yesterday on stream, I got shit on many times. It was very frustrating because it felt like anything I did, I got my ass beat. And I always chalked it up to someone wants to be the next big guy in this brand new game. And I'm like, God, just have fun a little bit. Just stop sweating so fucking much. But that's just multiplayer period. Like it takes time to get good at them. I wanted to have a multiplayer game I can get on and just shoot and do aimless shit for a while. But it's also hero shooter. So there's all these different characters that do different things and different skills. You can see this person was so just not paying attention. So I came in the door and just murdered him. No, I'm having a really good time. I think it's fun. Like I said, I don't think I'm going to like commit to this being my lifelong experience. I'm going to play Highguard every night. I might run some tonight before bed just because I think it's fun. But yeah, I think it just unfortunately is just people who decided, oh, are there black and or female characters in this game? Gotta say it's bad. DEI, woke, blah, 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 blah. Gotta throw some shade at it. I am playing a character named Una. She's really cool. She's like I don't want to say witch doctor, but druid, maybe it might be more of the answer for that. Like a druid who spawns these little like forest sprites that will like run around the map and grab you items like armor and stuff, as well as the alt. You summon this big tree monster that's like a turret that just throws things at enemies as they try to come in, so they have to break it or else they'll take a bunch of damage. That's the only character I've played so far, and I'm like, I don't really want to switch. I like this character a lot. There's mounts, so like roaming around the map isn't all like let me run on my feet. It is like let me spawn my horse and or bear and or black panther and just start roaming around everywhere and get away faster. It's fun. Cool. That fantasy apex combination is really dope. Yeah, I think if you're looking at this game and you think it looks fun but you're afraid because everyone else said it was bad, who has played, literally I opened up Steam yesterday when the game dropped. Within like the first hour, somebody who had played 0.3 hours was just like, this game's terrible. I'm like, you have done the tutorial. You don't get to, your opinion is irrelevant. And that's why I wish Steam had more like, to leave a review, you have to play so much of the game. Because people who go and download it just to say it was bad bother me. That irritates me. Not be like, have any stakes in this game. I have no reason to be like, oh no, you've ruined Highguard for me. But like, it is currently mostly negative on Steam. Because the Asmongold community of people like, oh no, a game that has people that don't look like me. I hate that. God forbid there be black people or women or anything in here that's not me. I hate this. Like, ho hum, whatever. But I think the game's rad. I think it's really dope. It's not perfect. It's not amazing. I did have quite a few like performance issues. I want to make a clip out of it because I think it's very funny, but I think it's unfortunate that it would be a negative clip. The one match I had so much fucking lag, and it wasn't my house Wi-Fi because the stream was fine. It was just the game fucking fell apart. Every time I'd go, I'm like, let me get this guy. I'd go to kill somebody and then just, and then I'd spawn outside where I'm like, where am I? They're like, oh, sorry. And then I'd go back inside and just be dead. I'm like, I'm going to fucking lose my mind. I'm going to lose my fucking mind. But launch day things that happens in multiplayer games. All that to say, Highguard is very cool. It's fun. Give it a shot. If you don't like it, hey, it's free to play. They don't have to worry about it after that. Enjoy.
Yeah.
But yes.
I have heard like plenty of people complaining about performance issues, and it does make me wonder if Jeff Keighley kind of fucked the devs over a bit by giving them that spot at the Game Awards.
So I have not watched Kind of Funny's full preview yet, but I saw their short form about it. Essentially, what it sounds like happened is the team had a plan to roll this out like Apex. Like that got shadow dropped. They brought out some creators to play it. Hey, this game comes out next week. Talk about it on the day of, etc. That was their plan for Highguard. They were going to have people play it. Be like, hey, this game's out today. Go play it. And then Jeff got to play it and was like, hey, this is great. Can I have this at the Game Awards? And they were like, it's hard to say no to that. Like we should take that opportunity. Like they are in the weird bucket of, is it an indie game? Is it not? They are all former Respawn developers who probably have some kind of backing from some degree and whatever they did, but they are an independent studio. So they are indie. So But you know, we're getting into Death Stranding, Dave the Diver stuff here of what that means. But yeah, it sounds like, I hate to say it's Jeff's fault, but I think the moment that they were like, we don't have a marketing plan, this game's going to come out when it comes out, and we're going to have the backing of creators who talked about it. But being like, hey, we're at the biggest stage. It was the end of the show. Like, this is the big thing to look forward to. And then having really nothing to say for the next month or so before it came out. I'm like, it's kind of tough. It's hard to, you know, sell that. Again, I think the game is good. I think if they got the chance to do it how they wanted, it probably wouldn't have this like, oh my God, negative press, because half the people wouldn't have heard about it. They'd just be like, oh, the guys who made Apex made a new game. Let's try it. And I think more people would be on it. I think we had 97,000 concurrents on Steam as their peak. So, I mean, that's not amazing, but it's not bad by any means. It's far more than a lot of games. So, good for them. I think it's fun. I hope that mostly negative changes soon by people who give an actual review or people who realize they're idiots and will change that. But tis what tis.
Tis what tis.
Okay, Tofr, I got one more. I don't have a whole lot to say because I haven't been capturing footage. I've been doing a one trick thing with this, but I've also been playing Hytale.
Ooh.
Hytale is essentially Minecraft in 2026, and I love it. I'm having.
I noticed that. I saw it on your story, I think.
Yeah. I'm having a good time. Connor wanted to play it, and I had seen a bunch of TikTok. One of my viewers hit me up and said, hey, I don't know if anyone's going to, like, if you plan to cover this, but if you do, you know, like, I'd love to see an indie creator talk about it. I wasn't really planning to. And then I kept seeing TikToks. Like, Connor mentioned it. I'm like, you know, I've been looking at it. I got a couple hours for it. Let's do it. Let's run some Hytale. So I picked it up. It's not on Steam. You have to go to their website and buy it. They have their own launcher and everything. So it's like, I think $20 for the base version. But there's like founders editions for extra skins and stuff. Yeah. There was a middle school Danny who would come home and play Minecraft on his Xbox 360. That was just get lost in this world and do shit. And I get the itch for Minecraft every now and again, but I'm never in it. I'm never committed to Minecraft like I was in middle school. And Hytale gave me that nostalgia again, where I felt that youthfulness. I'm like, damn, I remember how I felt as a kid playing Minecraft. And this gave me that energy of, I'm 30, but I get to do it again. And that was really cool. I think, like, when you think about people who remake games get remade, and you're like, this is what my childhood self thought it looked like when I was growing up. And that's what I'm getting here. Like, this is how I imagined Minecraft when I was a kid. And I know Minecraft is far simpler in its animations, but like, one of the things we called out, there's all these follow through and secondary action animations on things. That's just, it's not a big deal, but it's looking at Minecraft that doesn't do that outside of mod packs. And it looks so good and it feels so alive. Like, literally, Connor and I closed the door, and instead of just going like it just snapped shut like in 2 frames, it was the door would swing shut, and because momentum happens, the door would kind of pull forward and then pull back. Where I'm like, oh my God, that is so nothing. Every other game in the world does that. But the fact that it's kind of Minecraft that is doing that felt like, oh God, this is Minecraft too. This is what it is. And it's just very fun. Outside of that, we've done a little bit of exploration. There's a bunch of things that make it unique. There's like, you're finding monsters which help you level up this cool portal. Inside there, you can craft more materials and like, oh, I can make a special type of chest that looks like a certain thing or changes a certain way. I can customize my character. A lot of people are complaining about the customization so far because you can't upload your own character. So like, Minecraft YouTubers who have like, this is what my character looks like, can't exactly just put that in Hytale outside of doing mods and stuff. Not a problem that I have personally. Connor and I both made our own character in this game. So like, I just look like me. I have the beanie, I have the blue hoodie, everything like that. It's very cute. It's very fun. I have just been gung-ho on building my house. I think I've built 3 houses now. I'm like, you want to go mining? I want to build the house again. I want to make another house so we can put stuff in. That's just how I like to play Minecraft. I know I have to do more of it to make any progress, but I'm having a good time. I'm hoping to have more to say soon-ish, and like kind of explore more and stuff. But right now I've kind of done a lot of the bare minimum, did the tutorial, explored the world, figured out how it plays. But yeah, hopefully a stream soon. We talked about, my mod has been playing it, so I'd like to get together with him, Connor, and Jared from Play Along Podcast and just kind of jump into a world and just play some Hytale for a day and see what that looks like.
Sounds like a good idea.
Yeah, it's a good time. So guys, not that you needed me to tell you. You've already heard about Hytale, I promise you. But hey, go give it a shot. It's pretty fun. Tofr, timestamp. That's what I've been playing. We're done, which means Tofr, it's time to talk about the indies releasing this week. You want to rattle those off for us real quick?
Sure thing. These are the releases for the week of January 29th until February 4th. On January 29th, we are getting Cairn for PlayStation and PC. I Hate This Place releases on PlayStation, Xbox, Switch and PC. Don't Stop Girly Pop releases on PC. The Perfect Pencil comes to Switch and PC. Space Warlord Baby Trading Simulator comes to PC. And Dark Auction comes to PC. On February 2nd, we're getting Tearscape on PC. On February 3rd, we're getting the release of Yap Yap on PC. And on February 4th, we're getting Master of Peace on PC in early access.
Bunch of games on here. Let me. There's some of these I know of, and I'm not sure what exactly they are. Let me see. Like, Pencil Perfect was a cool looking one that I didn't have a lot of thoughts on. I think it's Metroidvania. Metroidvania. I like the style of this one. It reminds me of Machinaria a little bit, but like, also just cute little. I think like a projector, which is really cute. Space Star Wars Baby Trading Simulator is Strange Scaffold, so that'll be a wild ride. I don't know what
they just can't stop making games.
They can't. Look at this dinosaur man with a cigar. That's cool. Master of Peace was one I didn't know what this one was at all. Turn-based tactics game of chess. What's the vibe here? Recruit mercenaries, combine their traits, and forge endless synergies. Venture to the mysterious medieval realm. Okay, so like a board game, tactics game. That's cool. That's lit. And these you're screaming for and looking forward to?
I'm mostly looking forward to Cairn.
Yeah.
I think that's probably the biggest one releasing this week.
Yep.
The mountain climbing game. I'm a bit scared to play it because I feel like I won't be good at it. But I really desperately want to give it a try because I want to try and get good at it.
Yeah. I want to say there was something about accessibility in some showcase that might be not like make it less annoying and tedious, and maybe it was just a visual thing it's supposed to like make the game easier. I might be making this up too, and they're like, no, there's no accessibility. Crazy, this game's hard. But mountain climbing game, I do like those. I think it looks fun, especially one where it's like the manual saying I have to control each limb and which one's grabbing what, the quapness of it, if you will. Cairn looks cool. I think by the time this episode comes out, I should have received a key for Cairn. It's a creator key, so I won't get it till day of. So I have no thoughts on it yet, but hopefully the following week I will.
Nice.
Yeah, these I'm gassed for Yap Yap. Yap look like I talked about that in an episode. Mal and I had played the demo. It's a friend slap game, but you are casting spells. The whole thing is like I go in and say, up dog, and I get a little tornado that launches me up. Erebos, I shoot a blast of air. You go through, you get money. The goal is to go in and just destroy a bunch of shit, and the more shit you destroy, you get more money. And then you use that money to buy other wands that give different spells. There's like the grotesque one that lets you shoot boogers and make fart noises and stuff. Eventually monsters come in and are like, stop breaking our shit, and you have to run from them. Like I had a very fun time with Yap Yap so far in just the demo. And that comes out this week, so that'll be a cool one. Hopefully that's a slap swag game around the corner. But we got to figure out. We have our next two games planned out, so we're gonna try and work around those.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, guys, those are the games coming out this week. Be sure to let us know which ones you're picking up, and if you do pick them up, let us know what you thought. It'll be like a little inside baseball of your thoughts down there. Which means we're on to Indie Spotlight for this week. I know I'm talking so much today. I apologize, everybody. You just sick and tired of hearing my voice. This is a game that came out at the tail end of last year. It is called Baseless. And it is basically an action platformer where you are propelling yourself forward because of the propulsion of your gun. So if you're like, oh, cool, I'm shooting behind me, so I'm launching myself in this direction. But it also has kind of the platforming gravity of like Mario Galaxy. There's different platforms and earths and planets that you're on. So if you kind of launch yourself far enough, gravity will pull you in, so you'll land on that platform. But instead of running around doing everything, you're more just like shoot. A guy's coming at me this way. If I shoot that way, I'll fly this way, but I might fly into another enemy, and you're kind of just trying to avoid all that. There's also other cozy characters you meet along the way that are helping you upgrade your kit, so you can do different things. Like you can use a grapple gun. You can add like an extra spin to yourself. You kind of have like a saw blade that circles around you. I think the game looks really fun. I believe I've received a key for it to play. I haven't touched the game yet. But yeah, I was like, this is an indie spotlight of something I want people to know exists. It seems like very shapes and beats in the visual style. And I think people really like shapes and beats. So they're like, oh yes, yeah, I see this. I'm all about this. So yeah, Baseless. It's out now. It's PlayStation, Xbox, and Steam. Hopefully this looks like a great game on Switch too, if it ever gets it to Switch too. But yeah, cool stuff.
It looks fun.
Yeah.
It's I'm not too good at like these physics-based games, but I'd give this one a try.
Yeah, give it a go. Give it a little sneaky pee. See what's going on. Yeah, I'm excited to take a peek at it next time I get a chance to sit down and play a game. But timestamp Tofr. That's our episode. I need some water in a minute. But hey, guys, thank you so much for hanging out. I hope you enjoyed our episode back. Let us know which games you're looking forward to this 2026. What games we didn't include and which games that we have not heard about, apparently. And you'll be like, oh, Danny, you got to pay attention to Squingle Squap. That game? Ooh.
Oh my God, Swingle Squad.
Swingle Squad. Yeah, listen, let me tell you. I guarantee that's an indie game out there, and we just don't know what it is. And someone's gonna be like, oh, you don't know what kind of gem you just mentioned. Or someone heard it said, that's the name. I've been trying to find the name for my game, and I'm going to take Swingle Squad, and then we get royalties for it. Because Playlog Podcast copyrighted Swingle Squad or whatever I fucking said. But anyway, I digress. Tofr, if little stinkly winklies want to find the internet, where could they go?
The easiest way to find all of my socials is through my Linktree, which is Play Nice Kids in one word.
Mm-hmm. Perfect. And guys, of course, at CGDannyB all over the place for TTRPGs, indie game streams, whole 9 yards. Follow me. The links are all over the place. And that's it. That's us. Thank you guys so much for being here. We'll be back next week with I don't know what yet. We'll see. We'll figure out an episode idea. But for now, like, comment, subscribe, leave that 5-star review, do all the beautiful things that we love you, because we only love you if you help the show. Otherwise, you're meaningless to me. And you want me to care about you. So do it.
Damn.
Sorry. Tough love, you know? What I gotta do.
Apparently.
I'm just being chaotic. I love you guys just for watching. Thank you so much. I love you. Mwah. And we'll see you next week.